Welcome back to the channel. Ah, Claus! Oh, you whore. I am not a scratching post. No, I'm not. Sometimes I'm like a whisper in a riot, but I grow stronger, keep it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Megan Tennant. Now Easter time is upon us, so what better time of the year to talk about plot bunnies? Plot bunnies, in terms of writing, is when an idea plagues you and won't go away until you write it. So why does it share a name with these fluffy little creatures? Because both of them are evil. Plot bunnies are evil demon creatures that feed on the ink of unfinished books until they themselves are fed on, and they don't care if your career and your sanity stand in the way. That metaphor got away from me. But they are evil. If they were smart enough, they would take over the world, but they aren't smart enough, so they leave that to the cats. Kajit, why do you pee so loudly? So I'm gonna go over some tips for how to murder them. Tie your bunny to a stick and dangle its corpse in front of you as a reward. That is what I've been doing with the plot bunny that I want so badly to write, which is my other series. I get to write it when I finish Red River. It is a goal, it's a reward for writing Red River. And so not only then does this plot bunny not kill Red River, but it actually helps me finish Red River faster because I have this plot bunny as a motivation to get to the end. Set specific times to explore your plot bunnies, but make sure you have hard cutoffs. So maybe every day from 5:30 to 6, you let yourself explore your plot bunnies and plot and outline anything you want. And when you reach the end of that time frame, stop and go back to the project you're actually working on. Track them all. You can do this either on paper, in notebooks, or in Trello. I personally use Trello and I am loving it. If you want to learn more about Trello, there's a video, I'll link it in the description down below. Card up here, go check it out. But anytime a plot bunny pops up, take a couple minutes, just a couple minutes out of your current project to just jot down the general idea. Don't spend hours working on it, but jot down kind of the parts of it that you're most excited about. And then store that away somewhere. A lot of writers have this anxiety that one day we're just gonna run out of ideas and there'll be nothing left. So if you store every single little plot bunny that pops up, then you will never run out of ideas. Make yourself wait. Bunnies look super cute on the outside, and plot bunnies are no different. They store their evil deep within the folds of their cuteness, and to see that, you have to step away and distance yourself. If you have an idea that you're just so passionate about and you think that you want to drop your current project for this new shiny plot bunny idea, put that on a shelf for a month. And if at the end of the month you still think it's a good idea to drop your current work in progress for this shiny new idea, then you can actually think about it. But odds are, by the time you get to the end of the month, you are going to look at that previously cute plot bunny and you are going to see the evil within it, and you're no longer going to want to drop your current project to work on it. Remember how far you've come. Odds are you've put a lot of hours work into your current project, and if you just drop it for a plot bunny, odds are you aren't going to come back to it and all of that work is going to be lost. Remind yourself how much time you've put in and what you'd be losing. And remember, if you always drop your current project for a new plot bunny, you're never gonna finish anything. You will never be a published author. Also remember how much groundwork would still need to go into that plot bunny to get it to the point where it even has the potential for a story. Remind yourself of all of the worst parts of writing that you'll have to go through all over again with this plot bunny as compared to the stuff you've already done with your current project. Plot bunnies can be a sign you've hit an issue in your current project and that you need to find a solution for it. Most commonly, this issue is boredom or familiarity, which is often mistaken for a flaw in the work in progress itself. That's why plot bunnies usually strike at the 100-page mark in a book, especially if you're someone like me who loves world building, and once you start actually writing, you don't really get to do a lot of that world building anymore, or the outlining, or any of that, and that's when you start to get bored and you start to consider other projects because you're looking for that nice hit of world building again. But you need to just power through and stick with it. So take some time to think about why you're no longer attached to your current project and try to solve that problem before you just dive into a completely new project that's going to eventually have its own problems. Let it simmer. This exciting new plot bunny will end up having much more depth and being a much better story if you let yourself think of ideas slowly over time. And the perfect way to do this is to just keep working on your current project. And every once in a while, just when you have free time, think about this plot bunny and accumulate ideas and write those ideas down. And that's gonna lead to a lot more diversity in your ideas. And it's also going to let you more easily find potential plot holes because you aren't being blinded by your initial excitement for the story. My next series was once a shiny new idea. And if I And if I'd started writing it right when it came to me the first time, it would have ended up being a bad story. Because over the last year, as I've continued to work on the 7th River series, the ideas for this other series have evolved and morphed into something much better than they originally were. And if I hadn't given myself that large of a time frame to think about this other series, that wouldn't have happened. And the story is going to be so much better for it once I actually have the time to get to it. Especially because when you use this method, only the best sparks of ideas for this other story shine through the work of your current project. So you're accumulating all the best ideas, the ones that are good enough to make you actually break away to write them down. I think that layering projects in this way is probably the best way to get more depth to your world building and your characters, because you get to know them over a much longer period of time. If you leave plot bunnies in a box in the corner for months on end, it will lead to mutant bunnies, which are much more interesting than normal bunnies. After a few months of being locked in this box, your bunnies will have gone through a couple rounds of cannibalism and breeding, and you'll open it up to find that maybe 2 of your plot bunnies have fused into one, leading to this cool mutant story idea that combines elements from both of them and leads to a much more interesting story than either of them were on their own. With the series that I keep hinting at and talking about, that series is much more exciting because 2 other ideas that I came up with over months and months of time ended up getting fused into it and make it a much stronger story overall because of those added elements. If every time you get a new idea, you sit down and you write it, you're never gonna have all of these ideas in one place where they can commingle, and you can realize that elements of one might pair perfectly with elements of the other, and you can slice and dice out the best parts, combine them together into something much more interesting. And that was it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, how many plot bunnies do you currently have in your box in the corner? I thought I had like 3, and then we're moving to Seattle and I'm digging through all my notes, and it turns out I actually have like 21 plot bunnies. I don't know how that happened. That's why they're called plot bunnies, is because they multiply and they're evil. And you turn your back for 5 seconds and then there's like 50 of them. If you liked this video or you found it helpful, make sure to give a thumbs up and a share. If you aren't subscribed, go hit that button, go hit the bell too while you're at it, because you're an overachiever. If you like this channel and you want to help support us, you can buy Aletheia, or you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/CloudKittenChronicles. Either way is a great way to help support us. And thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you in the next video.